Hey guys, welcome to our cautionary guide on the countries you should avoid visiting in your lifetime. While the world is filled with incredible destinations, there are some places that pose significant risks to travelers due to various factors such as safety concerns, political instability, or environmental hazards. Join us as we uncover the countries you should steer clear of to ensure your safety and well-being. And also, I am not mentioning some of the obvious countries like Ukraine, Israel, and some more. 1. Somalia. With ongoing conflict, piracy, and lawlessness, Somalia remains one of the most dangerous countries in the world for travelers. The country's weak central government, rampant crime, and presence of armed groups make it a high-risk destination for tourists. Travelers are advised to avoid all travel to Somalia due to the threat of terrorism, kidnapping, and violent crime. The security situation in Somalia is extremely volatile, with frequent attacks by militant groups, including Al-Shabaab. Foreigners, including aid workers and journalists, have been targeted for kidnapping and ransom. Travel to Somalia should be avoided, and those already in the country should exercise extreme caution and follow the advice of local authorities and security experts. 2. North Korea. I know it is obvious, but I think this is the best country to never visit. With its strict authoritarian regime, limited freedoms, and closed-off society, North Korea remains one of the most isolated and secretive countries in the world. Travel to North Korea is heavily restricted and tightly controlled by the government, making it difficult for outsiders to visit. The country's human rights record, political tensions, and nuclear ambitions further contribute to its status as a destination to avoid. Traveling to North Korea is not only challenging but also poses significant risks to personal safety and freedom. Foreign visitors are closely monitored, and any perceived violation of the country's strict laws and regulations can result in severe consequences, including detention and imprisonment. Due to the lack of diplomatic relations and the unpredictable nature of the regime, travel to North Korea is strongly discouraged. 3. Afghanistan. With ongoing conflict, political instability, and security threats, Afghanistan remains one of the most dangerous countries in the world. The risk of terrorism, kidnapping, and violence is high, making it a destination that should be avoided by all but essential travelers. Travelers are advised to exercise extreme caution and to stay informed of the latest developments before considering a trip to Afghanistan. Due to the volatile security situation and the presence of extremist groups, traveling to Afghanistan is not recommended for tourists. Those who must travel to the country for essential reasons should take precautions, including registering with their embassy, avoiding public gatherings, and staying in secure accommodations. 4. Syria. With ongoing civil war, widespread violence, and a dire humanitarian crisis, Syria remains a highly dangerous and unstable country. The conflict has resulted in widespread destruction, displacement, and human suffering, making it one of the most hazardous places to visit. Travelers are strongly advised to avoid all travel to Syria due to the high risk of kidnapping, terrorism, and indiscriminate attacks. The security situation in Syria remains extremely volatile, with ongoing fighting between government forces, opposition groups, and terrorist organizations. Travelers who enter Syria are putting their lives at risk and may face serious harm or abduction. It's essential to heed travel advisories and avoid all non-essential travel to Syria. 5. Venezuela. With its ongoing economic crisis, political unrest, and social upheaval, Venezuela remains a challenging and risky destination for travelers. The country's hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods, and high levels of crime have led to widespread instability and hardship for its citizens. Travelers are advised to exercise caution and to avoid non-essential travel to Venezuela due to the risk of violence, crime, and civil unrest. The political and economic situation in Venezuela is volatile and unpredictable, with frequent protests, demonstrations, and clashes between security forces and protesters. Travelers may encounter difficulties accessing basic services, including food, water, and medical care. Due to the heightened risk of crime and violence, travelers should avoid traveling to Venezuela until the situation improves, which may don't happen in your lifetime. And there you have it, the countries you should avoid visiting in your lifetime. Whether due to conflict, instability, or safety concerns, these destinations pose significant risks to travelers and should be approached with caution. Remember to stay informed, heed travel advisories, and prioritize your safety when planning your next trip. Thanks for watching and stay safe.